Hi, Kerri.
Well, hi Genevieve. One of the things that I want to know is how the heck did you get started doing something like Sitter City, which is this huge business that's become really successful?
Well, I'm the babysitter. I am the oldest of seven kids, so I've been sitting essentially since I was born. I clocked over 2,500 babysitting and nanny jobs growing up,
Wow.
and I think that this kind of a business, anybody can be a mom, but I mean, to really be an entrepreneur serving moms, it's best to be the sitter, the nanny, somebody who sees what mom needs and builds something for it. So that's my experience, seeing what she's needed and finding a mom problem and solving it.
Well, what are some of the important things, Genevieve, that you look for at Sitter City that would make someone a successful candidate to be on your roster as a nanny or a babysitter?
Well, the first thing to look for above all is energy level. It's like any interview. If they're not excited to be talking to you and playing with your kids, they're not going to be excited on a job. But beyond that, a general sense of, responsibility. They should show up, they should look good, they should be on time, and they should be prepared. They should, be asking you more questions than you're asking them.
Now, what I love about Sitter City is that you offer a diverse range of services. I'm a working mom. I need somebody who might want to help fold clothes one day, babysit the next day, just kind of help me in many different ways. Now, you have a name for that. What do you call that?
Well, it's called hybrid sitters. So basically, it's when a nanny is also a housekeeper or a babysitter is also a tutor. It's that sort of thing. And it's funny because sittercity.com started as just this small thing, and now at this point, it's America's first and largest network to connect parents with caregivers online. So we have a little more than 1.4 million caregiver profiles, and those sitters don't just babysit, they babysit and they tutor, so they're double or triple threats sometimes. Childcare that we offer, it's not just childcare, it's pet care, it's senior care, home care, tutoring. So house sitting, walking the dog, feeding the cat, these are all things you can find on Sitter City.
Yeah, but what about husbands? Can you babysit my husband? I want to
You
know.
know what, I don't know. That might be the one thing we don't offer.
I just want you to know that when my husband gets sick, he reverts to being a toddler. He's 2 years old.
I could say I'm
So
a 2-year-old. No.
I'm just thinking that you should do a service for husbands.
I will take that straight to our product division. Husband sitters. I love it. Love
Absolutely.
it.
No, seriously, Genevieve, you've done so well with this company, but how did you actually start Sitter City, like the eHarmony for babies versus nannies? I love it. You're like Neil Patrick Warren.
Well, like I mentioned, was a babysitter, and when I was in college, I would find that I was often deluged with parents that were looking for help. I'd sit for one parent, and the next day I'd have 5 messages on my machine. And the day I came up with Sitter City was the day I saw this 9 months pregnant mother sort of trudging these posting flyers for a sitter, and I thought, well, this is a big problem that needs to be solved. Can't you just take the model of an online dating service and apply it to this world? And you want to know something funny? I actually met my husband through Match.com.
Ah,
While I was yeah, I know. Well, I was on Match.com, sort of looking at it because I was interested in this concept. So everything comes full circle.
no, I want to know, Genevieve, after all this work with moms and toddlers, do you actually want to be a mom someday, or
Oh,
are you totally over it?
I'm finished. No, I will be a mom soon, I'm sure. And so, it'll be so interesting for me, I think, to pass over from being the babysitter nanny over into being the mom, having lived the way I've lived. It's so funny, the difference, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm rooting for twins.
No, no, honey. I thought I wanted twins too, but I gave birth to a 10.5 pound baby, and that was enough
Oh,
caring for
oh,
me. But no, I have a serious question I gotta ask, okay?
ouch. Well, you need a sitter to help you out with that.
I do, but I gotta be honest with you, Genevieve. You know, the recession is really bad right now, and price is an issue for a lot of moms. Now, I know moms that have just gone ahead and said, hey, I don't want to pay a monthly fee, even though I think your fee is really affordable. I don't want to pay an annual fee. I'm just going to go do it myself. I'm going to post something on Facebook. Come get my kid. Go to Craigslist. Why should somebody come to Sitter City instead of just doing it themselves?
Well, the answer is basically safety. So I think Craigslist is great. You know, I've used it to buy a bike, things like that. But when it comes to your kids, safety is the most important thing, you know, of all. And so sittercity.com, when you go to the site, it's amazing. You've got over 42 different pieces of information on every caregiver, pictures, you know, maps, their college major, but you also have a 4-step screening process, which is references, 2 references you can call or email. It's a background check. You can see, you know, that they passed this nationwide background check. It's feedback from other parents in the area that have used them. There's an interview process that walks you through all the questions that you should ask. And so, you know, one of the great things that we're really proud about over here is we're actually safer than hiring the girl next door, because you wouldn't put her through this gauntlet. And I think that's also the difference between us and just, you know, like a posting service like Craigslist. In the end, you just need to take it to a higher level when you're hiring someone to watch your kids.
Now, what I love about you guys, you've been so gracious and generous that you're going to donate, Genevieve, a 1-year membership to one of our viewers. That is so kind of you.
No, Sitter City is really easy to use. So again, it's kind of like an online dating service. So when you go to Sitter City, first of all, you don't even have to pay. You can post a job for free, and you can see who comes back to you in the area and take a look at them and look at their pictures and their profiles. And, you know, you can also do searches for all the caregivers all around you, you know, 30,000 caregivers in Chicago. Or things like that. But if you do want to join the site, like you mentioned, it's really inexpensive. Our, you know, monthly accounts are, you know, range for getting started around, you know, $39.99. Our yearly accounts, you know, are around $120. So really, that's the range, and that's just our consumer division. We also have a corporate division where companies like Avon and MasterCard have started actually buying Sitter City through their HR departments as an employee benefit. So there are lots of different options. Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, it's so great to have been able to take something that everybody takes for granted, you know, babysitting, and turn it into this multi-billion-dollar industry. I think what I'm most proud of is that when I was first trying to launch sittercity.com, nothing like it existed. You know, the online caregiving space, it just didn't exist. And so, you know, for me, I went in and I was speaking to investors and I got laughed out of the room. They said, my wife handles that. It's a babysitters club. I couldn't get anyone to take it seriously. Now the phone rings off the hook. We're this multi-million-dollar huge success story, and we've just gotten started. There's so much more to do. I consider our mission to be done when nobody in the world can ever say, you know, I can't find a good caregiver ever again. And we're getting there, but we're not quite there yet.
Well, I always have a question about price because I never know what to pay a babysitter. And I know you guys have something really cool, like where it helps me find out what I think I should be paying. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
We do. Yes, we have a rate calculator in our babysitting library. So if you go to sittercity.com and you click the babysitting library, just answer 4 questions. It will tell you what the rate is near you. No more mystery. It's great.
Okay, but the mystery is, why is LA so expensive?
Well, you are in one of the 2 most expensive markets in the country. You're in LA, and LA and New York, unfortunately, are the highest. Any area where cost of living is very high, all the other services around that are also high. So you might need to Montana.
Thank you for supporting Mom TV and being so generous. And I hope your company takes off and we see you on the cover of Time magazine. Thank you so much, Genevieve. We'll catch you next time you're in LA, okay?
Thank you.
Coming.
You have a good night.
Coming.